everybody. Welcome to Near Mint Condition, a channel where you can be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. I'm Astonishing Melanie. The mouse is not cooperating, so bear with us. And
I'm Omar. Uncanny Omar.
And together we
want to get yelled at.
Wait, Omni. So the mouse is being weird. I have to click several times to get to do stuff.
I don't think it's the mouse. I think it's the actual StreamYard. Sometimes it does that. How's everybody doing this fine Saturday morning? All the way from Kentucky. And where is everybody from? And you already clicked all that, and I don't know why I'm doing it. What's up? Morning, everyone. Hello, Deputy Dong. Is that a wireless mouse or a wired mouse?
It's wireless, yes.
Went too hard last night and feel rotten today. So glad to be chilling on my couch with y'all while it rains outside. That sounds really pretty. Hey, how are you, Dana? And hello from the UK. And yeah, it's good to see everybody here. Hopefully, at least one of everybody's Marvel Omni made it to the reprint poll. If not, they can still reprint what they want to. But yeah, I'm hoping that at least one of your Omnis that you've been wanting to get reprinted is going to be reprinted. Hey, Alfredo Rueda! Viva Peru, carajo! I am from upstate New York. We finally got 2 consecutive days with 70 degrees temperatures, and it's raining the entire day. Is that not good? That's not good? I don't think I've made it to the stream. Adrian, how are you doing, dude?
I'm glad you did today.
I'm glad you're here, man.
Good morning, Arjun and Doc Holiday. And got my first comic book order coming in with Absolute Flash, Absolute Bat, and Absolute Soup. Any good? And also Batman
Arkham Asylum. That's a great way to start it. I haven't read any of the Absolutes, so you're up ahead of me because I'm waiting for the hardcovers or trade paperbacks, whichever I pick up.
Is the Transformers down here?
The Transformers is on the Transformers shelf over there because I recorded a review of it already. Could you show? Oh, you want to see the deluxe edition? Yes, Melanie is nice enough to get it. Pad Hulk Volume 1 was my number 1, and it didn't make it. I'm devastated. I have every other Hulk book. And I wasn't exaggerating when I said it lost by 1 vote. It's got a purple spine. Yeah. 1 vote it lost. In Age of Apocalypse won it over. Which is just crazy to see just how close some of these are. Hey, what's up, Bronzilla? And yeah, like the Daredevil, the Charles Soule Daredevil, that actually was like it won by like 1,000 votes, but it's crazy to see like just losing by 1 vote. So that's why voting is very important. And like I mentioned, if they start cranking out reprints, then I will be more than happy to actually. Oh yeah, don't forget there's so many spoilers because characters' deaths in those.
Well, this is the first issue. It's only open to the first issue.
The first issue, people die, remember? Because I remember.
Well, then I can't show anything. I'll show 1 page.
Okay, don't be an absolutist. I was just saying that don't forget that there's a bunch of deaths in there. You can go ahead.
I'm reading Stephen King's The Mist. And it's so good and creepy.
Love that movie.
Like the movie follows very closely
until the end.
Happy 40th to Stephen King's Cat's Eye. And here come the Littles movies. That darn troll voiced by Frank Welker and Cat's Eye. It's been 40 years.
Yeah, I was afraid to sleep because of that little troll when I was a kid. Because I thought a little troll would come into my room and my mom and dad would not give me a cat.
Which tier of the Transformers Kickstarter is everyone backing? Megatron over here.
Whatever the Decepticon box is. Only the Sith and DC deal in absolutes. So please, I have Transformers Deluxe pre-order. I also went with the Decepticon. Oh yeah, if you have a choice between Decepticons or Autobots, the choice is always Decepticons.
Why would he be disappointed?
Optimus is very forgiving. When you read Daniel Warren Johnson's Optimus, you're gonna be like, oh, he's a good guy. Starting to think I'll never own Secret Wars 2 Omni, but glad to see War of the Kings trilogy stuff high on the list. Never say never. I'm surprised it actually didn't make it back in the top 20 this year. It moved out of the top 20.
What are some Omnis that you recommend?
For Batman, oh yeah, you did Batman, Superman, and Flash. For Flash, I would go with. Ooh, this was tough because it's a toss-up. But Mark Waid's Flash is solid. But if you want a little more modern, Jeff Johns' Flash Omni Volume 1. For Superman, Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason's Superman Omni. For Batman, that's a really good one because there's so many good choices. Oof, maybe the Paul Dini Omni. And if you like the Batman animated series, the Batman Adventures Omnis. Oh, James. Is that how you see yourself? You are not an Autobot. You're like a Predacon. Does the
Transformers Compendium have same material as the Kickstarter? Xbox 5 Degrees is asking.
I did ask Sean, the editor that's putting it all together, and he said the compendiums will have the UK stuff in there. They're not separating the UK. Is that what he said? James, go back and listen to that video and tell me what he said. It does have the same thing as the Kickstarters, but it depends on the way you Kickstarted it. Because if you get the whole box set, you get the whole shebang, right? And including the proper reading order of the UK books. If you just order the UK books or the US books, then you don't get everything.
Hey, Omar, I was wondering if Marvel is continuing the numbered Omni lines or if they go to a certain point. Because I have the X-Men Omnis, and I don't know if I need the Inferno or to wait for a new volume.
Yes, they will continue those, but they do them, every 3 to 4 years? So it'll be a while before we hit Inferno. We still need to hit Mutant Massacre. We need to hit Fall of the Mutants. Mutant Massacre and Fall of the Mutants could probably fit in one if it's mapped like the Masterworks. So maybe 2 more. So you're at least waiting 5 years, maybe? Oh, because when did 5 come out? No. Yeah, maybe you're going to be waiting 4 to 5 years.
Here's what James is saying. Transformers Compendium Volume 1 and 2, HCR Kickstarter only. Transformers UK Compendium Volume 1 and 2, HC are Kickstarter only. Transformers to R1 Compendium Volumes 1 and 2, Kickstarter only. So if you're not confused, you're confused now.
I'm so confused.
And it's your birthday, apparently.
I'll take it. Keep it coming.
No,
keep
it
going.
Heather's birthday. Have you heard about some of Reddit's reaction to the poll results? Some are not happy that books that are reprinted often are placing so high and pushing out books that only have 1 or 2 printings.
Okay, can you leave it here for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So when is the internet happy is my question. I think the hard part about doing something like this that I've been doing for 6 years now is pleasing everybody, because you're not going to please everybody, right? And if you're a publishing company, do you want to know what people want the most, or do you want a small batch of reprints of something that is obscure that, only the minority want, which sucks. I understand, but also it's hard, right? Like, what do? Do I tell new readers and collectors that we're skipping the things that were just reprinted 2 years ago? Tough luck, good luck trying to find them. It's difficult, and everybody seems to have an answer. But as the guy that has ran this reprint poll for the last 7 years, I can tell you that what they want is what the majority wants. So if I take out things like Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, which, by the way, didn't even make it in the top 20, but they have every right to reprint it, or Amazing Spidey 2, or Uncanny 1 through 4, those will make room, for other things. What was the other books that almost made it? Like Books of Doom, for example. It would have made room for Books of Doom, and it would have made room for the Peter David Hulk. I don't know. It's tough, man, because it's going to piss off new collectors and readers, or it's going to tick off the old collectors that are like, I want my obscure Devil Dinosaur. I'm never going to get it. Or somebody was saying Secret Wars 2 a little bit earlier. So it's not like it's what I did do, and what I do every year before I send the list over to David is also show the percentages of how many of the books have been in the reprint poll in the past 6-7 years since I've been 6 years since I've been doing it with you all, showing how often they show up to maybe give them an idea to do Evergreen, because they told me they don't do Evergreen, right? That's something that they don't do. So yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Alex, what's up, buddy? So, no, I haven't seen any, but I assume not everybody's happy, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's not like I myself went there and voted for these things. It was left up to the majority. And we even scrubbed out a lot of, actually, this year wasn't bad. We only scrubbed out, I think Jim told me it was like less than last year was about 400. This time it was about 300 and something. No, not even, I don't think it made it to 300 different, like, people that were trying to cheat, right? So it's truly what the majority wants, 300 and something. But when you have almost 5,000 votes, no, not people, just votes. Like you create another account, you're using a bot to create an account. So I don't know. It's something that I probably have to figure out when I have the time to do, because I'm like I said, everybody's going to come with suggestions and everybody wants something different. So maybe next year it might be a little bit different, and I'll piss off the new readers and collectors. I just know how it would feel like if I don't own something and I'm new to collecting and everybody else is talking about it and got it. And then they, and I see some of the comments that they get a little mean, like, oh, you should have bought it last year. You shouldn't have been broke. You shouldn't have been new to collecting. When people tend not to get what they want, they get they can be a little cruel.
Oh yeah, he knows that, Logan. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I have not read it, but like I said, you can't make everybody happy. I ordered Batman vs. Predator on eBay. Where does it fit in reading order? In your magical head after Predator 2.
Your magical head?
Yes. There is no. I mean, there is no real reading order to Batman. There were rumors that when he got hurt, when Commissioner Gordon got hurt in the first, this was the second one with Andy Kubert. It was supposed to fit in right before Nightfall, but not really. Your dog votes do not count. As a matter of fact, Ryan, we took your name out of the whole thing.
Do you think the Avengers 1 million BC will come out in hardcover or omnibus format?
Oh, yes, one day. Yeah.
When are more announcements coming up? Because it's your no March birthday.
Do
you have a new line of makeup?
Probably. What?
Yeah, that's what the last question is.
Me? I don't even use filters. No, I don't have a new line of makeup. I'm trying to think. I think we start probably late May, early June, something like that. Dude, I haven't seen Andor yet. I need to start watching it. What did I watch?
Because you're playing Lunar.
I am playing Lunar, yeah. I forgot how much I love that game. What's the black and gold book in the thumbnail? That is Slain, the Definitive Edition, Volume 1. Now, the hardcover is limited to Diamond. It's a Diamond exclusive from the folks at 2000 AD Rebellion. I saw Fantastic Four and Disney's Gargoyle. I love when Nick sends me stuff and like ahead of time and then the embargo is lifted and I get like, oh, that's really cool. I sent my brother. I cheated a little bit. I'm like, there's going to be an announcement on Thursday. You're going to be really happy. It's a board game announcement though. And he's like, what the heck kind of cryptic crap are you talking about? And I'm like, you'll see. And I can't say anything, right? Because the embargo is not lifted until Thursday. And it's the Puppet Master board game.
Aww.
He was like, they look so creepy. I can't wait to watch Andor. I love season 1. I thought it was I wasn't a fan of Rogue One, and I loved it. I watched Last of Us 2 or Last of Us season 2. I'm caught up with that show.
Shonda Sook, I'm so glad I gave you a goal in life. It's the name might be giant song about bangs. But my week was okay at school. Locking in and getting ready for the final push these next 2 weeks before
final battle.
State testing takes up a week and such, and we're going to calm down. And film studies, Shawshank Redemption for one class, and then the other class we don't have time because that's a longer movie. So they're going to vote between A Quiet Place and Shaun of the Dead.
You know what you should do? You should take a poll and see who wants to go see Sinners in the movie theater and take.
Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun!
Seriously, take those kids on a field trip.
No, I thought last year, maybe a goal for next year. I would love to go on a field trip and we go to a movie theater.
Yeah, remember what it's like to not look at your phone and watch a movie. Yeah, oh dude, I loved Sinners. I thought Sinners was amazing, and I can't wait to. Bruce actually sent me the link to the Steelbook for pre-order. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and pre-order it.
Did you get all your?
I didn't. I started rereading Avengers last week, and I thought by this week I would have most of it done for part 1 of the Avengers reading order. And I was just talking to Peter last night, who had worked 15 hours on just a reprint poll in one day. I was like, dude, I'm so blessed to have him because I didn't have any time to devote to it as much as he did. He's been working on it. And that kicks off on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, by the way. So I'm slowly going through the Avengers reading order. Like, I gave myself 20 minutes to play Lunar. I'm like, I got to take a break from writing. Because in the past, I don't know how new people are to my
thank
channel.
You for the super chat.
Yes, you're awake. You're awake. I don't know how new people are to the channel, but in the past, I never wrote anything down. I would just make, I would make a video of like reading orders, and I'm like, here it is. And then people are like, where's the written documentation? I was like, written documentation? What's that? And then I started a Patreon, so I have it like that's where I have it. So thank you. I always respect Sean for introducing Omnidog to Snow.
He told me about that.
With 11 days to go, thank you, John, for the super chat. 11 days to go to the Transformers Kickstarter may only meet or even come in under $3.7 million of G.I. Joe. I expected it to be doing better. Is this due to the current market uncertainty, or are there other major factors I'm missing? I think some of it has to do with, and this is just pure speculation again, I think some of it has to do with Larry Hama was heavily involved in G.I. Joe, right? And you remember, like, when the Kickstarter started, they had book plates, like Larry Hama did some sketches. This time around, when they did it, for some reason, they didn't get, like, Bob Budiansky involved. They didn't get Simon Furr. I mean, they are involved as of now. I saw some that they were doing interviews and stuff. But I'm surprised they didn't have them from the beginning, right? Like any of the artists or any of the writers. I think when you think of G.I. Joe, you think of Larry Hama, so having him involved completely makes sense. Plus, the story is continuing, whether it was at IDW and now at Image. So that might have something to do with it. But yeah, I'm surprised. But give it to the last day. I think the last day, absolutely. We'll see what ends up happening.
Here we go. Doc Holiday, thank you for the super chat. Diamond was sold to a new owner focusing more on toy distribution instead of comics, which is why my local comic store is closing soon. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is I hate that these things are happening in the comic book industry with everything going on. It's like we had a really, for lack of a better term, a crap shake with the Diamond bankruptcy that was going to affect smaller. I just interviewed Black Panel Press this past week, and it's an eye-opener to people that don't know how publishing works and how difficult it is. And then now it's tariffs, right? It's like the uncertainty of what's happening, and like I said, nothing is for sure because none of the publishers know what's going on exactly. It's business as usual, as I've said before. But then also, like, how long can business be as usual when you can't have paper stocks, like, or the printer has closed out, your contract? It's difficult. And I absolutely hate comic book stores closing because to me, they are, I think they're part of this, the pop culture of America. I love comic book stores as much as I love old school video game stores, and it makes me happy to see bookstores open up again, little bookstores. You remember when like Barnes and Noble came in and like closed everybody out, and now little bookstores are opening back up while some Barnes and Nobles are having problems staying open. I don't like when comic book stores close. Like it's a heartache. Like, good for you, and not you, Doc Holiday, but good for you if you're looking for a sale. You're like, oh man, I love it when stores close and I'm gonna have a big sale. But it's also like a certain sadness to it that the store is now gone. I mean, we lost our local comic book store here. Oh man, it's been like 10 years. So it sucks.
Otherwise, I would have more single issues.
Drive to like 45 minutes.
I don't want to drive that.
So I don't like that it's happening. But like I said, there's a lot of uncertainty going on too.
Yeah, you paused after I hate comic stores.
Thanks, Adam.
James was saying that Alliance Entertainment terminated Diamond purchase agreement.
So I don't know if some of these companies are going to get their money back. Some of them are slowly trying to get their funds back. I'm so happy and surprised that Marvel Knights got ranked 23. I voted for it knowing it would have a chance. It surprises me some of the ones that made it, honestly. Happy Independent Bookstore Day, by the way. Support your locals. Well, it looks like we're going to stop by our local comic book store. Oh, dude. I remember when Sean just looked through it. And that's kind of what started this whole thing in my head. Like, I remember when he told me that it was closing, and I'm like, that sucks. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of a franchise like Circuit City. But once Circuit City was gone, I was like, oh, I kind of like their setup, how they had their DVDs. And you don't get that anymore. Or Toys R Us, right? Like, how many of us here in America, not Canada, you lucky Canadians, grew up with Toys R Us. And now it's gone. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I can't get that tattoo no more because nobody's going to be like, yo, not anymore.
No.
Are you telling me what tattoos?
Tattoo? Yes, I am.
Dom texted me his pre-order for the Switch 2.
Oh, okay.
I was very happy to see him get a pre-order.
Both.
I stood in line. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break from work. It was like, and I went, and I love KB Toys too, man. Yeah, I know you do, MP.
Well, I guess all I know is from the outlet malls, and it's kind of like
Children's Palace is the one that I really liked. The KB Toys, by the time they went into outlet malls and stuff, that's when the hedge fund was trying to get rid of all the profitable things. Yeah, I actually met a Minty when I was waiting in line. He came and said hi. He asked me how's Age of Apocalypse doing on the reprint poll, and I was like, I actually recorded that video today, and I can tell you that was really cool.
You probably waited 2 hours, right?
I went there at 11 and I checked out about 12:45.
Okay.
Yeah, about an hour and 45.
Jeffrey the giraffe tattoo.
Do it.
Oh my
do
gosh.
It. Like it's gonna go from this arm all the way across my back.
What's so great about the Switch 2?
It's got Mario Kart.
It's got Mario Kart.
Like, what else do I need?
USA.
Hey, I'm not like I've come to realize that at my age, I'm not gonna devote time to play like Elden Ring. I want to. I'm so jealous of my brother that can spend like 130 hours playing that. I can spend 20 minutes playing a game, and I'm like, Mario Kart is cool because I can play with my family. And now my kids, they're older, they get to see their real father play Mario Kart. Because before, when we played Mario Kart, I had to watch my mouth. I was very polite. It was a good job, Lydia. Good
How
job,
did Burn She-Hulk do in the poll?
I don't know. I don't have it. I don't have the full list up. The full list I put on Patreon. Hold on a second. Shoot, where is that email? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I normally that's why I put the list on Patreon, because I know I usually get questions like this afterwards, and it takes a long time for me to look.
Okay, well,
where the heck is it?
Let's continue then.
Sorry,
off the top of your head.
I'll try to find the list in a little bit because I also need to. I'm very lucky to have my local comic book store. The clearance section has so many gems. I got an entire Vertigo Losers 5-volume set for less than $10. That's $2 a book, man. You totally got me obsessed with the question. I finished the Omnis. Oh, that's awesome. Any recommendations where I should go next for something like the question? I would try Green Arrow by Mike Grell, Gotham Central. And if you want something really old school, obscure, but I think it's great. Something like Phantom Stranger. Yeah. Feo Schwartz for life. I love going in New York City. We love stopping by Feo Schwartz because it reminds me of Big.
Any update on Return to the Space Base?
No update. No update on anything because they are so behind. So they actually got back to me about some things and said, we're behind right now. Sorry. So talking trash to kids. I wish it was just trash. It's awful, the things that come out of my mouth sometimes. I had to check the rumor. They're making a live action movie based on Toys R Us. Similar to The Night at the Museum by the sounds. Oh, I don't know about that. Ooh, The Question by Steve Ditko is a good one, right? Since it's kind of like, yeah. If you haven't read the Greg Rucka era of The Question, which he did through the 52 Omni and what is it? The Blood Bible, the actual Question miniseries, it's excellent. The only pick in the poll that got through was Straczynski's Spider-Man. The rest were not in people's minds. No Loeb, Cell, Omni Eternals. I didn't even know Eternals was out of print,
Oh,
honestly.
thanks, James.
Thank you, James.
Number
35, who was asking for Sensational She-Hulk. James is truly my oracle. Hard Traveling Heroes is becoming one of my favorite books. Just so good. It's another Saturday stream. Do you think they'll ever make a Marvel Holiday Omni? There are some good stories there. I want a Marvel swimsuit Omni since we brought the swimsuit books back this summer.
Any comics similar to Indiana Jones?
Dr. Aphra. 100% Dr. Aphra. You know, because I think when you see Dr. Aphra, you think she's Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. I don't know why my brain always goes there, but no, she's an archaeologist, and she's a freaking awesome archaeologist. And just think of Indiana Jones, but in space. And she's a backstabbing, amazing character. Oh, love it. Who is Tiger Eyes? That is a good question. He's a man of mystery.
Tiger Eyes, are you in the chat?
I don't know if he's in the chat, but when Josh, his real name is Josh, by the way, when he was on our first video last year, I think was it last year, the first time that Josh premiered his face on the Tiger Eyes video, I wanted to have him behind a curtain and and use one of those voice like changers. Tomb Raider's coming out. Yep.
Is the X-Men manga any good?
It's an adaptation of the of the animated series. So if you like the animated series, yeah. Do you know why there have not been any new Remasterworks announcements? Are they canceled? I don't know anything officially. I do know that things were taken off of the catalog. Or I can't say anything officially until I'm told to say something. But yeah.
When is Tiger Eyes? Tiger Eyes is Sagat from Street Fighter.
Yo! That was one of my mains in Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Jabroni.
There's some jabroni that's obsessed with that dude in an Iron Man outfit.
Hey, Jasper, you're waiting to meet Chris Claremont?
Where are you, Jasper? What convention are you? Or are you at his house? Would that be awesome if Jasper's outside
of his house?
Yeah, he's like outside of his house. I found him.
Booster Gold Omnibus 2007 volumes 1 through 2 announcement incoming for next solicitations question.
I love that. I want a Dan Jurgens one though. I want a Dan Jurgens, and then we can have the Jeff Johns blue and gold. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. Are there any comics out there like Little House on the Prairie, Omar? Anna Green Gables, the manga adaptation. Absolutely there. Do you think they'll slap together Soul and Tamaki She-Hulk runs for an Omni or too weird? I mean, they could call it by Soul and Tamaki, right? Yeah.
What about creating a manga reprint poll?
So these
would listen.
By the way, I interviewed Kara from Dark Horse yesterday, and it was an amazing interview. And it was pre-recorded, and it'll be showing up sometime next week. I'm trying to see if I can drop it tomorrow if I have time to put it together. But if you are ever interested in, how publishing works from the perspective of someone like Dark Horse, half of Dark Horse is, of course, their own IP.
Huntsville, Alabama, at a local con.
Okay. So half of Dark Horse is their own IP, and then half is licensed stuff. And a lot of it is, and a lot of that licensed stuff is manga. So it's really freaking cool to hear, how things she was amazing. Like, she was ready with the questions, because I asked for you all a lot of the questions you all were wondering, and then of course some of the things that her and I have talked about over the years, just so you can hear it from the publishing standpoint. But the problem with something like a reprint pool for manga is that very word I just said, is licensing. Because if we do a reprint poll for something like, I would love to, right? Because there's so much manga that's out of print that I want back. But like, if we do something for Viz, some of it is exclusive to just digital. And some of it is like, they lost the license and no one owns the license. So that's the difficult part about doing something like that.
Have fun frolicking and skipping, Max.
He's skipping?
Mm-hmm. And thank you for the super chat.
What does he got to say? Tiger Eyes. Tiger.
So that's why. Thank you for explaining. Then he corrected it. There you go.
I doxed Tiger. I did not dox him. I didn't tell you his address. Unlike Chris Claremont's in Huntsville, Alabama right now. I'm voting for DD. Yes, a man. That's not my separate account. Omar and Ho 209. Omar, and that's his name.
Do you think Marvel's limited print run approach drives up sales more than DC's Evergreen approach due to fear of missing out?
I don't know. And by the way, DC doesn't have a really evergreen approach. It's just that they overprint a lot of things, and then they go back to print on top sellers. Like, I think it's, what is it? Jeff Jones, Green Lantern, and Snyder's Batman. Because if you look at those, they actually tell you the different print runs that they have. So it's not like they have an evergreen system, but they know that they overprint on things like Snyder's Batman and Green Lantern by Jones. Those are the two that come to mind for some reason. I can't think of anything else that is like that. I don't know. It's just they're two different companies, right?
Chris, on getting a car.
Oh, congratulations, buddy. And Chris, I wanted to invite you to the kickoff of the results of the DC poll. I was going to actually text you whenever we do the most wanted on these. You were there last year, so I'd love to have you back. Watchmen is evergreen, but it's also not an Omni, right? And then Watchmen is evergreen in a different way. Watchmen is evergreen in, like, if it's on an absolute, they'll put it back to print in a deluxe edition, then they'll put it back to print in a DC compact. And that's, I think, due to the IP. Something about if it doesn't stay in print for like a year or two, the rights revert back to either Alan Moore or Dave Gibbons or something like that.
Bart, have you read Tom King's Dark Knights of Steel? I was just wondering your opinion about
Quinn
in there, if you like the characterization. And here, let me get to this first. Have either of you considered writing a comic? I'm writing a book, and Omar, in the past with his brother, has been working. They worked on a comic, and I think it's terrific. And oh my gosh, it genuinely, like, I wanted him to stop telling me the story because I wanted to read it.
Oh, thank you. Good. Maybe we'll go back to it. John's JSA is pretty much evergreen too. At least they were until the compendiums. In 2018, they weren't. Volume 2 went out of print. In 2021, I think, is when they started coming back to print on those. Neil Adams, I think that Batman Omni is coming back. You'll see it back.
Okay, so you like the first six issues. You just ordered the deluxe today. I just finished the deluxe last night. I was reading it when Omar is grinding and Lunar, and it's boring to watch the fights. Yeah, I just wondering. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Am. And there was a question up here about the Demon Omnibus.
Hey, Steven.
Do you recommend it?
Yeah, it's got beautiful Neil Adams artwork. Yeah, it's good. I liked it. And I'm not a fan of that era, but it's just so different and so separate from everything going on in the DC universe. You'll see appearances by Batman and you'll see appearances by other DC heroes, but it's kind of its own thing.
Does the Neil Adams Omni have the original colors?
Yes, the original printing does, but they did.
Adams said they've confirmed Neil Adams Batman is going to look different when it comes back.
Okay. I have my sources. Where did you hear that, Adam? Just out of curiosity. Like, was it on social media by DC? Because I don't, like I said, I can't. Never mind. Morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. When is the Omni poll? Not the reprint poll. Monday. Kicks off Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Peter, myself, and Taylor will kick it off, and the results will be done by Lars, myself, Peter, Omni Dog, and I can't remember who else. Dom. I'm voting for Nom Volume 2 and Millie the Model in the Tigerizer. I don't care who knows. All right, Sasper, I see you.
Hello.
Hey, Don, how are you doing?
Are you a football soccer fan? Are you going to watch El Clasico today?
No, it's hard to watch football now. I lost my dad in October, and that was our thing. So, I mean, I would love for his team to win. And yeah, it's difficult for me to go back to doing the things that I enjoyed doing with my dad because it was like our thing.
But I think in the future, even if it makes you cry, it'll be nice for you.
Yeah, then they better freaking win.
Do y'all have any favorite comics like Mobius? Similar, enjoying his stuff a lot right now.
Get Kaza's stuff. He just had a big book released by Humanoids. It looks like Mobius. It is amazing and absolutely beautiful. Hope you're doing well. Doing okay over here, man. Did you back up?
Decepticon.
I gotta go with Decepticons, baby. Decepticons all the way. Bar, you watch football? What the heck?
And builds Lego sets with her younger sister. Can you tell me how many Iron Man Omnis are in the Tiger Ass pool?
All of them.
All of them.
Well, I mean, look how much we're missing, right? We're missing so many. Good morning. Hey, Murph. How are you doing? I've collected most of the Batman Omnis up to Batman and Robin. Eternal, except for Batman by Paul Dini, Batman and Robin Tomasi, and Rise and Fall. Should I get those 3? What new ones? Only essential, please. You need the Paul Dini one. But keep in mind, when you get the Paul Dini one and you have the Grant Morrison one already, you're still going to need the deluxe edition of the what is that crossover called? The Ra's al Ghul crossover. The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul. You'll need that deluxe edition. Batman and Tomasi. Batman by Peter Tomasi is excellent. Rise and Fall Omni is good too, especially if you're enjoying the Rebirth era. And then the upcoming one, of course, is the War Games. And there's also the Batman by Tom King that comes out later this year.
Mm-hmm. Now, to go back to Adam's question, what you asked, I saw on Reddit someone claiming to be a retailer showed an email between themselves and a DC rep. It was someone on the Omnibus Collectors thread who was reputable, so I believe it.
So my contact at DC did tell me the same thing, that it's going to have they're going back because they heard so much backlash from retailers about the coloring. So that is something I don't know. End result, we will see. It'd be cool. Oh, dude, it's beautiful. Like one of my favorite reads this year. Same here. Yes, Decepticons for life, man.
And you apparently asked Bar 5 times now.
5 times? All right, just call me Omni Dog.
Paul Dini overlaps with Batman Hush, right?
There's some double dipping. Yes.
Kaza, all right.
Kaza,
and the Last Titan is beautiful. Just got it yesterday.
Dude, Rahul, that's one of my favorite reads. Ladron is awesome. I was trying to think of a Ladron book, and the only thing I can think about is more of the Johto-verse stuff, right? Because Ladron did some of the Meta Baron stuff.
Ryan Wilson.
What?
Shame.
Why are you shaming him?
I'm not showing it.
What's he doing?
Well, read it. Oh my gosh, why?
Of course he knows about that. So many people watch football. Are we getting infiltrated by jocks? No, not football.
No,
football.
I've never watched a sports game all the way through in my life.
You watch the girls play Mega Man Soccer. Or do you get bored even when they're playing your own daughters?
Oh, Brian, you're attending HeroesCon for the first time. How did they get so many artists there? And what else should I know before I go? It's so much fun.
All right, Ryan.
That's what you should know.
Here's what you should know.
Yes, it's artist-centric. It's
all
about comics and family-friendly atmosphere.
So here, number 1, Ryan, come and say hi. We'll be there. Number 2, wear deodorant. Pack extra deodorant. Just because that con smell will hit, and you're going to be like, oh, man, is that me? No, it's not me because I packed extra deodorant like the Uncanny Omar told me to.
Aww.
And then come and say hi again. Anyway, just plan out your day, man. And if you're going to get signatures, make sure you do it on Friday, the first day they're opened, and plan it out. Like whoever the biggest person is that's going to be there. I can tell you Chris Claremont always has a huge line. Roy Thomas has a huge line. I assume Daniel Warren Johnson's going to have a huge line this year. Go there first. Whoever you want to see there, because you're going to be in line anyway. And then, go and have fun. Spend your money. My Liverpool going to win the Prem this year. Oh, look at all these people that like it.
Here, just a second. Do you know if Skybound can publish the IDW era Transformers? Mm-hmm. I want to read the whole IDW story, but a lot of the hardcovers are expensive and it's impossible to find. It would be cool if they reprint the hardcovers. Oh, okay. So did you answer the question?
No, not yet. But I did not want to forget this one.
Okay.
Shoot, and it's gone now. Okay. Yes, they can, and I'm sure with the success of these Kickstarters, it probably will go the Kickstarter route. I wish they would do deluxe editions of them, though. But these Kickstarters are just too good for them not to. Yeah. So, yes, they can. Where there are people actually making multiple votes to the same book in the reprint poll, I find it hard to believe some books are that high in the poll result when they were only reprinted a year ago. Yes, they were. And we cleaned them out. And no, I don't find it hard to believe. There's so many new readers and new collectors. A year ago, what book was reprinted a year ago that you're talking about? You're talking about 2024? These books won't be reprinted if they do decide them until 2026. Which book was reprinted in 2024? Because the only one that I think of was the Ed Brubaker book that was reprinted in 2023. No, that was 2022. And then there was the Frank Miller book that was reprinted in 2023. Unless you know of one that you saw that was reprinted last year. And then again, when they're reprinted, smaller print runs too also affect that. Skybound can't print Transformers crossovers material like Infestation, can they? They know they have G.I. Joe and they have Transformers. They don't have Micronauts or Action Man or Mask. So probably not.
Mask.
That's right. Mask.
What does the Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul have that isn't in Morrison Dini's Omnis?
The rest of the freaking crossover with Nightwing and Robin.
It is time to talk about BD Cosmos.
Oh yes, if you're interested in purchasing any of these books and you live in Canada, check out bdcosmos.com. And they also have a physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec. 25% off your order of 99 Canadian dollars or more. Free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order of $250 or more. BD Cosmos ships your books in a very, very warm and cozy box that will get it through the Canadian rough weather. And tell them the Make It Issue sent you their way, and you'll be added to their monthly $25 gift card. Raffle entries are valid for new and returning customers. And that is
BD Cosmos, with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Hey, pew, pew, pew.
Thank you. That was adorable.
Somebody's gobsmacked. Here,
go ahead and read. Uncanny 138 and 142, including Days of Future Past. I love having the originals in burn art. Oh, I do too. I love having the original ones too.
Steven was gobsmacked to see that 5 out of 5 of my reprint votes made the top 20. Well, congratulations. They're the one X-Men always going to make the list.
Yeah, especially if they're not print. Wait, did Omar just say meet him first time, then we put on deodorant, and then meet him the second? That's what I said. I said what I said.
Let's see. Omar doesn't have the.
I don't have it up right now, but James, James, if you're still here, can you check where New Mutants Volume 1 was on the list?
Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. Maybe we'll talk about voting for that one.
That's crazy because that book was restocked by Marvel. What the heck is it with Volume 2 that made it so special? Carnage? If you joined the Near Mint Condition Patreon,
you can get
the full results.
Along with lots of other things, talking about Junkyard Joe tomorrow in the $7.77 tier, the book club.
Oh yeah, the book club. Mm-hmm.
We're doing Junkyard Joe tomorrow.
OPV is showing restock of Absolute Transmetropolitan. Any idea how big? It'll be a small print run again. So I thought that was supposed to be in May. Omar has stalled. Somebody reboot him. Did I stall? That's happened.
Yeah,
so
with
often.
they'll ship your books. My local library just got a ton of DC Fighters. That's terrific. Can't wait to check out a bunch. Check a bunch out. Picking up the Wonder Woman one on Monday. Oh, yeah!
Kind of turned into
you did.
Dude, it happens. It happens.
And thank you for the super chat.
Any great comics from the point of view of a villain?
Hey, look, I picked a good gift for that.
Well, I could give you some spoilers, but that would spoil who the villain is and a couple of them. How about playing it safe? Something like Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom, Book of Doom is excellent.
James, I knew you were going to say that. I did it. Oh my gosh.
Nemesis by Mark Miller. something like that. Yeah. We really need some modern Iron Man. Make sure to vote. Please tell us that DC Finest will use original colors for Swamp Thing and Neil Adams' work. They have so far, right? I don't think they've done. No, wait. For some reason, Batman. You know what? That Batman Year 1 and 2 DC Finest. They used the original colors for Batman Year 1, but for some reason, Year 2 has the deluxe hardcover colors. Huh. What? Omar,
Sega hired Tony
Zuniga and Alex Nino to make the first Comic Zone on. I love that game. What modern artist do you think should Sega hire if they wanted to do a modern sequel? Who's art? Daniel Warren Johnson. That speaks video games, man. Like the way he draws. And Jorge Corona. That would be awesome, dude.
Also, which comic book artist do you think can try Spider-Man series? Jim Lee, Mark Waid, Tom Taylor, or Tom King? Tom King on art?
No, he's just creator.
Okay. Because
Mark Waid has written it. Jim Lee has drawn Spider-Man in a couple of issues. Tom Taylor has written Tom King. King has never.
That was going to be my pick. I'd read Tom King's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Your mom's here.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, you are in our thoughts and prayers, my friend. Hello from a heart hospital in L.A. Had an actual death experience in your wonderful country for WrestleMania, as you know. Just want to thank you and Jess Omar for your your support for the last few weeks. Dude, you are so welcome. And
for all your support. And you changed your picture, Brian.
Yeah. I'm sorry you had to come to America to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad that you were able to reach out to me. So that's the good thing. And there'll be plenty of WrestleManias for you to watch later, man. So much love, and I hope everything goes well. I know you told me some good news yesterday, and I hope safe travels back, to your home country. Good morning, Omar. The poll results were very depressing. They made you sad? I'm sorry. Blame go yell at everybody else. They're the ones that voted. That's what happens when you're in democracy.
Karsten saying Secret Six by Gail Simone is from the point of view of several villains.
And it's excellent. And Thunderbolts, I guess, in a way.
Did Daniel Warren Johnson ever do Conan? I don't think so. If not, can he do it, please?
No.
What would be up?
He did a commission piece of Guts, and I was like, oh, that is so good.
Wait, I want to see it.
Yeah, it's online somewhere.
Oh,
this was a few years back. He could do Conan well, man. Difficult to find Brubaker FF Volume 1. Brubaker FF Volume 1.
Geez, Brian.
I don't think Brubaker ever wrote Fantastic Four. Did you mean another title? Brubaker FF Volume 1. Did I step into an alternate reality where Ed Brubaker wrote Fantastic Four? Or something else?
I always read FF as Final Fantasy.
Gosh dang it, you're no help.
Sorry.
Ed Brubaker FF. You mean Daredevil? Like, did you accidentally type FF because the F key is next to the DD? I think that's probably what happened.
Oh, okay.
That's probably what happened.
Gotcha. Matt just started collecting Omnis. DC, GLA, New 52. Next, JSA.
Oh, you're in for a treat with that JSA.
I was happy to see Daredevil by Soul and Tomb of Dracula 2 at the top 20. Huzzah!
Daredevil by Soul, y'all weren't playing around. No updates on any new books. Electrics Alpha.
Oh, okay, that's my late partner in the picture. I think that's when decline really started 2 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that. X2 Connor 2012 got Batman, Batgirl, and Wonder Woman DC Finest for my birthday. Amy Rex on what's next.
You got Batman, Batgirl, and Wonder Woman. So you got modern type of stories. I would go with Green Arrow. So good. So good.
Somebody said earlier they're reading The Longbow Hunters.
Yeah, that's the one.
For the first time.
DC Finest is like Longbow Hunters is excellent. I'm trying to think of more modern stories because Superman started in there was a Golden Age collection. The next Superman, The Red Sky, that one's excellent. Yep.
Tess Murph was given a suggestion about removing smells. Well, of course, now I can't find the comment.
Yeah.
Any tips in order to remove nicotine smells?
Absolutely. That's the way I've done it for years. Get Ziploc bag. Put a dryer sheet in there. Oh, Hickman. Volume 1? I thought Volume 2 was the one that was out of print. And you're very welcome. Yeah, so dryer sheets, Ziploc bag, leave it in there for about a week. It'll get rid of that smell. Just join. Happy Saturday. Love the top 20 Marvel reprint results. The Cloak and Dagger get good numbers. James, you still here? James, can you see where that is? Oh, Red Skies is Batman, not Superman. I thought I said Batman, didn't I? I was trying to think of a Superman book for him, but I forgot the Superman is the Golden Age stuff for DC Finest. And it seems like he likes the modern stuff. Top 5 coolest techniques in all of Dragon Ball.
Thank you, John. I wish I had a DBC.
Oh, God bless you. Okay. I never really watched
the Flash.
Yeah. I gotta go with Future Trunks Fatal Flash. Final Flash. I gotta go with Piccolo's Nakempo Sapoa. Is that it? Yeah. And then it's cute because Gohan also has, but it's called Nakempo, right? It's not the whole word. All right, those 3. Oh, this is so hard. Bomb. Genki Dama is good. But it's so cheap. It's such a Care Bear attack, though.
You can help in the fight. That's why I like it.
You know, when Akira Toriyama passed away, a lot of people over the world did a like.
See, yes.
Okay, Genki Dama. That's it.
That's it.
And then the last one, Big Bang Attack, baby. Oh God, I get goosebumps when in Japanese only. Whenever I heard Vegeta do that, I think the first time I heard him do that was in the movie. I was like, "Whoa, what is that?" And then I played the video games. Oh man, I love Dragon Ball Z.
So not Kamehameha.
No, that's an island in Hawaii. I think I'm over at Kamehameha. Masenko has Gohan. That's it. Yes.
Hi,
Jewish. How are you doing, Jewish Dragon?
Care Bear Stare.
It's not as good as the Genki Dama. Or I know you're a big pre-crisis guy for DC superheroes. Post-crisis. If you have to pick one, which is it? Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman for Golden or Silver Age? Out of all those, Wonder Woman Golden Age. It was so different than everything else. Sean Desuk, ban yourself. Special beam cannon. That's the English version. Care Bears can kill you with the power of love.
Best Huntress story that happened in or after Rebirth?
After Rebirth, it would have to be the Birds of Prey storyline. Yeah, Birds of Prey. Hearing these names reminds me of the good times getting my butt kicked on Budokai Tenkaichi 3 when he wasn't even 10 years old. Oh man, I love the fighting games too. I haven't even. What was the last one that came out? I'm really hoping Tomb of Dracula.
My brother so your brother wasn't even 10 years old.
He was whooping you? What kind of big brother were you, man? Should have bopped him upside the head, so drop that controller. Will there ever be a new age after the modern age, or are we stuck in the modern age forever? Carlos, we are stuck in the modern age forever, which I'm happy with. I'm okay with that. The minute you tell me I'm part of the classic age, or the classic age was in 2010, ooh, we got problems.
I'm reading Claremont's second X-Men run on Marvel Unlimited. Just got to maximum security. It's safe to say I'm not having a good time.
It's safe to say you weren't alone. Although I like the Books of Destiny storyline that he started and took over to Extreme X-Men.
Bye, Bar.
All right, I gotta go. Sorry I couldn't stick around. All right, Lar. You know who I meant.
Do you mean the Rebirth Birds of Prey? She's not in Kelly Thompson.
Yeah, the Rebirth Birds of Prey. Or no, it was Birds of Prey. It was what was it called? Batgirl? Was it Batgirls? No, not Batgirls. It was the Batgirl and the Birds of Prey.
What's Alien Day? It's 426.
Is it Alien Day? Is that when Roswell ship crash landed on Roswell? I don't know that one.
Did you see the SHF
figure art?
Oh.
No, I did not.
It could be postmodern. Modern age is forever, Omar. We, on the other hand, Omar.
Just the whole thing. This is so true.
PS3 and Wii U is considered classic.
Why did you say that? Why'd you do that? Well, you didn't have to say that. I thought we were in the digital age like 30 years ago. God, stop talking and making me feel old.
It's Alf Day. What? It was really sweet.
I saw that.
No.
What?
Oh, what? You know what I'm going to say?
Your student?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. See, I know what you're going to say before you do.
He wrote a note. It was an assignment for his senior English class. It was a note of thanks, and he drew an Alf on it and said Alien Productions or something like that. It's a really good Alf. And because he likes Alf, and we were talking about it, but his note was really sweet of gratitude and thanks, and he thanked me for getting on him for his language. And I read a couple of issues about this week because I'm collecting the single issues to bind in an Omni someday, and I was like, well, I need to read them. So I read a couple of stories. I was like, yeah, and then a couple of them I'm like, yeah, it was fun. Any hype for Rock's Exodus Deluxe?
Yes, that's one of my favorite reads this year. It was great. So I'm excited for that hardcover.
Yeah, and he did a really good job of drawing Alf. I know an Alf Omni is a meme around here, but I would legitimately love for that to happen.
I'm sure it will. Lord knows they printed just about everything else.
I know you're a huge X-Men
a little bit
fan. What are your thoughts on Liefeld Comics concerning the title the last couple of years? Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I mean, honestly, Rob Liefeld can say whatever he wants to, right? Like, he has every right to say whatever he wants to, and people can agree with him. I'm a huge fan of his work, right? There's a lot of people whose work I'm a fan of, I don't agree with. And I think firing everyone is just a ridiculous way to fix issues. When you don't have a plan, it's kind of what you do, right? It's like, I don't really have a solid plan on how to fix anything. So let's start by firing people. It's just, what? But like I said, he is free to say whatever he wants to, and people can agree with him. People can disagree with him. It doesn't change the way I feel about his artwork.
If you get a Jeffrey the Giraffe tattoo, Brian will get an Alf tattoo.
It's not worth it. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much he knows about cells and things like that when it comes to these books. And we do tend to live in an echo chamber. So the people that were already unhappy with X-Men tend to agree with him. And they're like, yes, this is a problem. But the people that enjoyed Krakoa and bought the crap out of Krakoa were like, what are you talking about? It sold really well. So who knows?
What's the planned YouTube schedule for next week?
Oh, Steven, okay, let's see. Sunday, tomorrow will be my overview of the Transformers Deluxe Edition, plus I think that's when I'm dropping the Superman hardcover, Superman Unchained, Dom's video. Monday will be 2 videos. It will be the 5 years later, DC Legion of Superheroes new printing, and then my long, and I apologize for this, but I had to do it, Annihilation Omnibus overview, because I'm going full spoilers and giving my thoughts on things I enjoyed about it. And I'm like, I've done this like 4 times. I'm just going to give you my thoughts with spoilers. And then at 6 p.m., we are officially kicking off the Marvel Most Wanted Omni voting. This isn't a reprint. It's ones that have not existed. And that is very important to join. So please join us for that. I'm going to remind Taylor to make a little graphic to put on social media. I don't want anybody to miss out on those. Those were a lot of fun and a lot of work, and a big shout out to everybody that is working on those. And I know Peter's going to come with a full list of people that have helped out. I'm just on Monday. Goodness. Tuesday, I am doing the Marvel trades at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Dom and I are interviewing Kelly Thompson. Plus, we'll have some giveaways for It's Jeff, if you live in Canada, if you live in the EU, and if you live in America. So try to join for that. Wednesday is Absolute Sinestro Core, and Thursday and Friday is up in the air right now because I'm still working on things going on Wednesday. My only issue with X-Men is there's so many titles. I enjoy what I have read to justify my current state buying all those Omnis, hence I dodge it. I mean, that's something that we've heard since the 90s, right? There's too many titles. And then Joe Quesada was like, okay, we're going to focus on just a handful of X-Men titles. We're canceling everything. And he did. And people were happy for a while. Then we had this little thing called Messiah Complex that kicked off. And the sales of that were insane. So then they said, okay, we're going to spin off some titles. We're going to start having, and before you know it, we're back to 10 and 11 titles. And the problem with it is like, it's the same thing with every other hobby, right? Whether it's comics, anime, Star Wars. Fans seem to know what we want, but at the end of the day, we really don't know. Because sales showed that every one of those were justified of the X-Men titles. So, of course, they're going to start printing more. Just like when Batman sales are up. Batman will have multiple titles. And then they'll bring it back.
Is the July 2025 previews listed as a Marvel preview next week also?
I don't think so. Let me look at the calendar really quick, baby. Because I know I had something.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the following week, James. Because... Thursday, yeah, I gotta have a few videos for that. Oh, Friday will be the upcoming collected editions for the month of May. So Thursday, I don't know what that is. I mean, I'll have the solicits, but I don't think I can round up my friends to do it. So that will be probably the 8th to do that.
Let's go over to Walt.
You want to walk over there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you live in the EU, speaking of giveaways, so Walt is going to be giving away some of those It's Jeff book. By the way, It's Jeff is perfect for kids. Like if you want a kid to get into comics, It's Jeff is the perfect way to do it. It's adorable. And if you live in Europe and you're interested in buying any of these books or pre-ordering them, check out waltzcomicshop.com. They're based out of Berlin, Germany. Cheapest pre-order prices for all Marvel and big DC books within the EU. Flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries. All emails answered within 24 hours. And if you write in the code near-mint condition, all one word at the checkout, you get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over €40 or more. And that's
Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnibus and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting, ting, ting.
yes, good thing. Good thing. That was a good thing.
Oh, thank you.
Were people suggesting for Marvel Omnis Incorporated for this year? At the end of the poll last year, it was asked for Marvel Omnis Incorporated. What does that mean, Derek? Please remind me. And also, if you are in the Columbus area of Georgia next week, Melanie and I will be at Sentinel Comics. We will be airing our live stream from there. And that is Sentinel Comics in Columbus, Georgia. So come and say hi if you're there. Buy some things. Support your local comic book store if you live there, around that area.
Do you recommend getting the Nemesis Warlock Deluxe Editions? Does it need any pre-reading?
No, it does not. That was my first time reading Nemesis outside of a couple of issues here and there and the annuals and stuff, because I was always curious about the character. No, you don't need anything.
I actually really liked Batgirl and the Birds of Prey by the Benson
Sisters. Mm-hmm.
Any chance on that being reprinted as a deluxe or omni? I know it's not high on anyone's list, but it was fun.
I'm sure one day Batgirl gets like that popularity back, right? I liked it too. I thought the Bensons did a really good job writing it.
I see what you did there.
Gutsy move. I love it. What's my favorite from the Ashes book? Adjectiveless X-Men. I think it's the best one. Peter and I differ in opinions though, because he hates some books that I actually kind of enjoy. I want to talk to him about it, but we're both so busy doing other things that maybe here in a couple of weeks or months after we're done with them. The reprint poll really does take a lot out of us. Can you go to Derek's comment?
Sure, but first, how come you don't do weekly DC trade overviews?
I love this question. I wish I did. DC doesn't send me any books, and because I do this for a living, I have to limit my budget. So I have to choose, like, and I do YouTube for a living, so that means I have to choose, like, okay, I can only get this big DC Omni. I can only get, so many Image hardcovers, because Image also doesn't send me books. Not every publisher sends me things. And the other thing that why I can't do it or don't do it is because I don't get them in advance. So if I get them the week they come out, which is why some of my Omni reviews don't come out until the week of for DC. If I don't get them until that week, it'll be the following week that I'll be doing them. So that's why. If they were to, send me copies, or if I could get advanced copies of them, I would love to do it, but it's just not the case, unfortunately. I actually dug X-Force, dude. Peter hates X Factor, and I was like,
I liked it, but I didn't read X-Factor before, so
yeah, I can see why. I just really like Stegman's art in X-Men. I wish he was on interiors more. He's great, man.
So Derek was saying, like, if people wanted a Sabretooth Omni, for example, and you didn't have it in the list last year, you could add it this year.
We talked about that, and it is a pain in the butt to add it. Like, I think let me get back to the email chain and ask. I think Peter asked that already, and Jim said it was near impossible to do. It's easier to recreate the list from scratch, he said, than to add things like that.
Do you have any data on how many copies of a typical Omni are printed? Say Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6 or Daredevil by Zdarsky. Are we talking 5K, 20K, 50K?
No, Dan, and that's a question that I get asked often. But no publisher releases that kind of information unless it says limited print run of 500 or something like that, because they don't want the competition to know. Does that make sense? It would be like revealing. This is so stupid, but think about it like this: if you have a Domino's pizza and a Pizza Hut revealing how many pepperoni pizzas they make in a day, that way Domino's can compete, right? So that was a dumb comparison, but kind of something like that.
Now that we're getting all those Wonder Woman Omnis, do you think the Simonson and Ordway stuff will be reprinted deluxe to complete everything?
We need that, Master Loams.
Omni, of course.
We need that, man. I think one day we'll probably get that in some kind of collection. I'm surprised we don't have a Magneto, man. Omar, when you don't get an advanced copy of an Omni and it delays your reviews for a week, do you feel is it worth a video? Like you see a decline in views because others may have already put it out a video? Well, oh man, I love that question, William. Thank you. No. Can you highlight that? Okay. Just keep it on there. No, I still will do a video. Like I remember during Christmas time, it's awful because shipping everywhere is awful. So sometimes, like, do you remember my DC versus Marvel Amalgam Omni overview? I had to wait 3 weeks. By that point, I think, I don't know, because I don't really look at YouTube. Other people already had their videos out, right? But I don't think and maybe that's why I don't watch YouTube. So I'm not like, oh, that sucks or anything like that. I'm just going to do my thing. I've always done my thing. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing to me.
Like beating you up?
No, like it doesn't matter what others beat me to is what my point is. Because at the end of the day, I think like, you know, people that watch my videos still will come back and watch my videos. The problem is that you're right. Like sometimes it takes me a long time because I want to do my videos justice. I want to do my viewers justice. And I want to do the publishers justice by reading the things. So it takes me a while to get through these books. Forget about it, man. Like Silver Age stuff. I can't get through a DC or Marvel Silver Age in a week. I have to give myself some time. So maybe subconsciously, if it's like a Silver Age book, I'm like, it's not worth it. It's like, because I think about that. Like, am I going to get the Green Lantern Silver Age this week? Is it worth getting that for the amount of views and for the people that are wanting to see it, or is it covered somewhere else the week that it comes out? It's just, yeah, to me, it's like, it's just too much. Plus, I've got other things to read too on top of that. Man, I love that question. Thank you.
Ben, I'm sorry that it was 40 degrees and rain for your 3-year-old's first.
Oh, that's awful. Sorry. What's everybody's into soccer, man? I love it. I love it. Blas, thank you so much. Quality over quantity.
There's plenty of times I'll search for an NMC review on an Omni that released a while back, and I've now decided to pick up a title later down the line. So they still help, even if it's not put out lunch.
Thank you.
That's a good point. Dan was asking about print run sizes because I wonder if the absolute death of Superman 93 copies is super tiny, or is it just slightly limited?
So for that one, for the direct market, they're purposely doing a 1993 copies because of the year it came out, 1993, for the direct market only, the one with the tombstone. The regular edition, I don't know how many copies they'll end up with.
Does the Infinity Gauntlet Omni pick up right where Return to the Spaceway ends? If not,
no.
Will there be a volume 2 of Return to the Spaceways?
It doesn't have a volume 1 on it. So it will be called Silver Surfer and the Mighty Misadventures of the Infinity Gauntlet or something like that. No updates on editions. I did remind them of that this week. I did, just like, hey, but I know they're super swamped.
Just pre-order the Fall of X, the Fall of the House of X, Rise of the Powers of X, Omni. But just curious, are all the extra tie-in comics, Iron Man, etc., worth it compared to just getting the trade?
If it's done in proper reading order, which is something that I know they're getting annoyed with me, I'm sure, because I keep reminding them how important it is for those books, because those books are freaking confusing. If you're reading them, dude, I'm an X-Men dude. I've been reading X-Men for 40 years, and I was reading them in trade paperbacks, and I was effing lost because I kept going back to I'm like, did that happen already? There are some issues that I'm like, I don't even know where I would put in a mapping order. And it's because Fall and House came out as a trade, and then everything else was a trade paperback.
And more people chiming in with their support about you going ahead and recording a review, even if it's late, quote unquote late.
Oh, thank you.
That's another problem with not announcing sales. How limited is 1,993 copies? For all I know, that could be double a normal market.
Right. That could be like a normal thing, right? How many copies of an absolute there are. I know so the things that we do see are the direct market sales. And one of the things, for instance, like the House and Powers of X was the #1 best-selling collected edition that year in direct markets only. And it was, I think it was 120,000 copies, something like that. Now, if you think about that, that's huge. That is huge. I think it's huge, right? Considering just how many comics are sold a month. And I don't know how they factor that in, but that is also only direct market that we were privy to. They never released the book market sales.
Do you know the gap between Return to the Spaceways and Infinity Gauntlet?
It's in epic format, yes.
Good morning, all.
Oh, thank you.
I watch a lot of reviews.
Hey, how are you doing? I love seeing familiar names.
I'm going to go. I haven't even read the whole question. The answer is going to be no. Do you ever look back on your past YouTube videos, views, and or likes that have, with time, increased more compared to original released?
No.
No.
And I'll tell you why. When I first talked to David many years ago, one of the questions was like, why don't you guys keep an eye on what's out of print? And he told me just straight out, he was like, because we're focusing on 6 months. This is when they had to have books out 6 months ahead of time. Now it's 9 months ahead of time. And I feel like that's the way I am now because, I do this by myself. Dom helps me out a ton, but it's me recording, it's me reading, it's me editing. And if I'm not one of those three things, then nothing is being done, right? Like I'm not going to have a video out. So I can't go back and watch my old videos or anything. I see still comments like come in. Like when Brand New Day was announced, I saw some new viewers on that Brand New Day Omni video. So do you go ahead, baby.
Will consider reprinting Dark Horse's Colossal Conan Omnis?
Yes, because I don't know if they'll come out in colossal size, but I will remind them that they were in colossal size. Absolutely.
Does Silver Surfer the Return to the Spaceways Omni contain the letter pages?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet because I'm reading. What am I reading? Right? Let me find out. You want to find out? We'll find out together, Mario.
And Josh is saying, do you want one of us to read to you?
How fast? Melanie can tell you how fast of a reader I am. She's experiencing it right now.
Oh my gosh, playing Lunar. I'm like, slow down. And I don't think I'm a slow reader, but he's just
You're not
clicking it. And I'm like, you're not reading that. He's like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, what is going on?
You got to, man. You got to read fast. Like
I can grab 5 words, if out of what you're clicking through.
Yeah, I know, because so what happens is that I bring my my comic book brain when I'm playing video games. So I'm sitting there going, yep. And she's like, I'm not Johnny 5 fast, and I've seen other faster readers, but I'm pretty good at reading fast. And you can't get through a book like this if you don't read fast by the time it's due out. So let me look through here. By the way, this is the Jim Lee cover. I think this is the direct market cover. I'm not sure. So you better be a fast reader, Josh, is all I'm saying. I can't even hold that up properly. Sorry. Here you go. Jim Lee direct market cover, and here is the spine.
We of course know why it stopped, but it's not too much trouble. Could you and Taylor please start posting scheduled to social media again?
Yes. Thank you for that reminder. That was a lot. That was something I needed to do. Printed at the Donley printer. I could smell it. He's fighting the in-betweener. Spoilers. Okay, wait. Sorry. Here. Letter pages. Let's see. I don't think they are for something like this, but I could be wrong.
While you're looking,
Ask away, baby.
Marvel doesn't have an absolute equivalent, right?
No,
If
they
not,
have
I'm
galleries.
Curious why?
I asked the same thing 7 years ago, because it's not the Marvel way, is what I was told. So there's your answer. They have gallery editions. It doesn't look like it does have letter pages, by the way. At least I haven't ran across any.
Hello123 is trying to read cheap omnis. Which should I start with?
Cheap omnis. Books that are on sale? Is that what you're asking? Or books that have a retail price that are pretty cheap? $30? I don't think of any that are $30. I'm trying to think of what is cheap. This is an expensive hobby. Get them from the library. If you're just about reading, get them from the library.
What, do they have omnis at the library?
Some of them do.
Wow.
I know we do here in Frankfort. Yeah, it doesn't look. I'm sorry, it doesn't look like we have letter pages in here.
You did.
I did, man. I got it, brother. I got it. Well, I put a down payment on it.
Saturday Morning Fan is saying 1960s omnis and Marvel handbooks are pretty cheap right now.
Yeah, you gotta like that kind of stuff.
Hoopla.
Hoopla's free too, so you can go about it that route.
Oh, cool.
I read was from a library. Cat by Brubaker. It's out of print. Steal it from the library. Just kidding. Don't do that.
How meticulous should you be with opening an omni like that? Individual pages or just signatures multiple times?
I'm a creature of habit. I've been doing this for 20 years since I saw somebody post on the Masterworks forum. So big shout out to them always. I do page by page up until I get to, I don't know, like done with the first issue and a half, 2 issues. And then I start doing by bunches, 3 pages. And then, yep, like you said, the signatures. So.
Do the Marvel Masterworks include the letter pages or is it just certain omnis?
None of the Marvel Masterworks include letter pages. It's just certain omnis. Yep. I love that. Captain Britain by Britt Davis and Neary.
Let us know in the chat, like what your first omni was that you read. What was mine?
I don't know. You're asking me?
Was it Uncanny?
Mine was Uncanny 1. Yours probably was because you wanted to read what I was reading.
Yeah.
I'd say it was Uncanny 1. Lydia's was Miss Marvel. Alicia has yet to read an omni. Get on that, kid. Don't steal from the library. Steal from Omar.
If the Remasterworks is done, do you think Marvel would consider reprinting volumes?
First, we need to talk about the Masterworks as a whole. What is going on with them? And I don't know. So let's find out what's going on with the Masterworks first. Then we can start talking about reprinting one.
Thank you. That kind of thing really makes me anxious about affecting the book negatively.
Yeah, of course.
Catwoman of East End.
Oh, that's awesome. You're a recent convert. Okay. I love that book, man.
Shout out to Aaron Coss if he's in here. Hooked me up with Titan Comics in Texas for an FF Epic I was looking for.
Aaron is a good friend. I love Aaron. And if he is watching, I hope you're doing well, buddy. I owe him a text message, actually. Having a lady and tramp moment while reading Uncanny 1. Are you eating spaghetti with your lady?
Are we while we're reading Uncanny X-Men Volume 1?
I ain't eating spaghetti
with Volume 42 together. Is it 42?
Oh, yeah, 42.
I would keep getting the number wrong. It's the Answer to Life universe and everything. Finishing up Craig Thompson's new graphic novel.
How is it?
Seeing Roots and loving it. Got a favorite Craig Thompson title besides Blankets?
What's oh my gosh, it made it in my list. A beep. Is it oh my gosh, it's not Alibaba. What the heck is it called? Ben, you know what I'm talking about. Also, I'm trying to get
Unfathomably Long Omnibus.
Oh, okay. First Omni, Darth Vader by Soul. It's a good one. Out of print now, unfortunately.
So if you're looking for them cheap,
wait till they go on sale. Liquidated prices. Masterworks. I'm just okay. But please don't take what I said. I don't know yet. I don't know what's going on. I'm not at liberty to say anything. I just let's see what the future of Masterworks are first. Habibi, thank you. I said Habibi.
Arabic for a beloved or dear one.
That's it. which is the ending of that book. You spoiled it. Thoughts on the original Batman Hush? I liked up until the ending where I think it falls apart. Just my opinion.
Thank you,
Mike. Thank you, buddy. I liked it. Gorgeous artwork. Gorgeous artwork.
If that was the actual way Jason Todd had returned, I'd loved it. I'd love it.
It sort of was, though, remember? Well, I don't want to spoil what happens in Red Hood, but they go back to that.
Mm-hmm. Master fans, welcome to the uncertainty DC Archive Edition fans had a decade ago. Hopefully, you all have a better outcome.
Yeah, those archives, man. That hurt a lot of people.
What Omni is most precious to you for containing issues that can't be found collected elsewhere? That's a good question. Thank you for the super chat.
There's lots, right? There are Omnis that have never been collected in any kind of format. Because you have Uncanny. Uncanny is collected in Epic. It's collected in Masterworks. Classic X-Men has been collected in like 2 complete collections. But there are some that I'm not thinking of just let's see, what's trying to think of some that have not been found in anything else outside of an Omni, because Epics are catching up really well. But let's see, New Mutants have been collected completely. Peter David's X Factor, I think, especially Volume 2 and 3, and the new one that's coming out, kind of like that. Those issues have been collected in smaller trade paperbacks that are long out of print. Be good, man.
Let's see. Thank you for the super chat, Steven. Speak nicely.
1 minute.
1 minute for John.
All right. Iron Man is a very complicated character. I like characters with flaws, which Tony Stark does have a lot of flaws. And it also shows, the sad side about recovery, that sometimes you fall again, right? I think that's a good lesson to learn. Just because you think you're clean, just because you go to rehab, just because, you haven't had a drop or whatever you're addicted to in a year or 10, doesn't mean that you can't fall again. And you always have to be cautious of that. And with the support of friends and loved ones, back to the Genki Dama and Care Bears there, you can come through it on the light side of things. Plus, it's very difficult to write for a character that, his power is to wear an armor, like this suit of armor, that how many times can you tell that story? So creators have to get pretty creative with him. And I think, God bless you, Ken, for that, Avengers the Crossing. So I think creators have to get, pretty creative with the character. And a lot of them have over the years. But either introducing newer villains that are a threat that have like armor-like powers, or, sticking to the same kind of characters. So was that a minute?
See.
I think it was a minute. You good with that, John?
So.
That good?
Will there be an Avengers Omni Volume 6 this year?
And not everybody can pull off a mustache. Not this year.
Do you keep your hardcover trades of books that you
collect in
Omni format, or do you sell them, give them away?
I give them away. I haven't sold anything in years. Unless it's X-Men, or unless I need it for like a reading order, for like a comparison, something like that.
And can I get a happy birthday shout out for my son, John? He turns 16 tomorrow. Sure. Here, let me.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday to you tomorrow. Happy birthday to you tomorrow. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
John, you're going to be driving?
You guys have fun.
You going to let him drive? You'll let him drive?
I'm debating between a few Omnis, so I wanted to ask what score you'd review the new Nightwing Omni out of 10 in terms of quality writing story.
6. I think that's fair. It's a 6. It's not my favorite era. I tend to not, give my thoughts on what I think about the story. I stick to just trying to be professional and talking about what exactly is collected in a book and what kind of story arcs you're going to find in there, and just showing off the artwork, leaving it up to the viewer to decide whether they want to purchase it or not. So I know you never really see me rank like, this is crap or this is phenomenal, this is the best thing ever. Although sometimes it is hard to hide the getting excited over a certain story. Yeah, about a 6, I think. It's okay. It's better than Devin Grayson's run whenever that gets collected in an Omni format. I'm 40 minutes behind, but how did Omar not immediately reference Ladron's Cable run? Because it's impossible to find these days. Also, shut up. You know I like Ladron.
Any chance for New Mutants 24 Omni in 2025?
Not in 2025.
What do you give away, Omar? On the channel. Been thinking about taking some books down to the local library, but curious about other ways.
I've given away on the channel. I've given away to friends whenever we have parties and they have kids or they're collectors. I've given them away to my Lowe's representative.
Yeah, that's true.
Who liked comics at one time and hasn't been like. Any chance I get to give away books, I do it. But on the channel, usually we have one giveaway a year, a big one. What's up? The tree formerly known as Mike.
Nightwing Omnis is 6. Is that a New York 6 or Kentucky 6?
That's a Kentucky 6. Is available in Marvel Unlimited, the Ladron's Cable.
Watching Omar tinker with an Omni is unintentional asthma.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for the super chat.
Hello, glad Brand New Day Volume 2 was announced. Thank you for the super chat, Harry 2. Hopefully we get big time, worldwide collected. Will Superior Spider-Man be at it, or will they skip and give us a Superior Spider-Man Omni? Well, we do have, remember, and you just get the Superior Spider-Man. I don't know how the mapping will work. I assume they'll skip it, because if they're not doing numbered Omnis, they map things around that. Just like the next one, I don't think will be Brand New Day Volume 3. I think it will be like Last Hunt or something like that.
No, Sweet Channel. He didn't mention another giveaway.
No, I didn't. Not yet.
Are there cases where you prefer the OHCs or deluxes over an Omni?
100 bullets, because they did not put Brother Lono in the second Omni. So I kept my deluxes. That's probably one of the few times when it's got a little more in there than the Omni does. The deluxe editions that Super Laugh Hard sent me of the Batman or Bruce Wayne Murder Fugitive, that actually has a lot more things in there collected than the Omni does.
What's the latest update on Astro City, the Opus Edition Book 1 hardcover?
It's still in the works, not officially canceled, but hopefully that they'll do it in 2026.
I put Omnis in neighborhood library shares. They're usually snatched up in under 24 hours. And
awesome.
Novarg also opens up new Omnis when watching a YouTube video.
That's awesome, man.
Want to thank you both for another sale of Squadron Supreme Omnis after that Tom King interview.
It's good, dude. It's so good. I love that stuff. I'm honestly surprised he's such a big fan of Grunwald's Squadron Supreme. Makes me happy to hear people talk about that.
The Jeff Johns Green Lantern compendiums actually look like they have more material and better mapping than the Omnis. At least that first one does.
It has Ion. How did we not have Ion in any of the Green Lantern Corps or Green Lantern Omnis?
Is that a custom on the Bruce Wayne Fugitive Deluxe?
No, they were. I don't know if Super Laugh Hard is here or not.
I haven't seen him in the chat.
He was here earlier. They were printed in the UK. I can't remember who printed it though.
You read Omnis while driving your car.
My man, remember I used to play the DS and you got mad at me for playing my DS while driving? Which you rightly
As everybody should. What is wrong with you? What storyline do you have in the most different formats? Singles, trades, Omnis?
Storyline X-Men. Like classic X-Men or Uncanny X-Men. Yes.
You're welcome, Ursula.
Eagle Moss. Thank you, Joe Cool. I knew somebody would know. It's the Eagle Moss. There's 4 of them with a connecting spine. It's awesome. Yes, connecting spine. They have more stories in there than the Omni does, so I kept them. Plus, they were a gift. Can't give them away. That was really sweet of him. Yeah, Super Laugh Hard is amazing. Josh owes me my freaking Judge Anderson Volume 2. I think he sold it.
Like, that's a stupid thing that you put yourself and others at risk. Like, legit stupid.
Okay, why are you getting mad at me? Okay, I don't make fun of you, okay? I don't do it on the stream.
All the time!
You do a lot of dumb things I don't call you out for.
Well, no, but this is putting yourself and others in danger. When do I put myself and others in danger and you make fun of me for it?
I played Mario Kart, at least, or I was.
That doesn't mean anything.
Marty
You're
and the
just
mentality.
throwing out stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Do you ever not upgrade because you already got a trade or a deluxe signed?
Oh, signed? No, I have. I've actually made the mistake of giving away some of my books that were signed too. instead of keeping them. So I do.
Yeah, Adam, I thought he was going to say with Death and Return of Superman as well. But no, you give them away. You don't keep them.
I don't keep them.
So that's okay. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. And I'm sorry for yelling and probably hurting people's ears. Sorry. I opened one of my Omnis yesterday and the pages are kind of warped. Has this ever happened to you? How do you fix it?
The pages are warped? Do you mean the signature? Like the page bunches? What do you sorry, Eric, what do you mean exactly? Like I'm holding a book up right now. Like this is it's like the pages are like curvy, like it's been in water. What do you mean? Please.
Always Sunny reference. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What is a Batman trait that won't be collected in another format? Probably in a self-contained. For example, Sword of Azrael and Batman.
Never say never. Never say never. Never say never. And see, Raphael understands. Always, yeah. Mario Kart will make you drive better. Mario Kart saved our life one time. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
We almost flipped the car because of Mario Kart. I knew my reflexes. I've been.
Yeah, but you don't do it while you're driving. You play it separately. I've seen this around.
Gosh,
for the tidbit because now I'll avoid the Omni and get those deluxes from here in England.
Oh, awesome!
No
for us today.
Let's see. How does Spirits asking, what are you voting for in the poll?
What did I vote for? I voted for Werewolf by Night. I voted for Tomb of Dracula 2. What else did I vote for?
Or vote no.
Marvel Star Wars
for the next one.
1, 2, and 3. Oh, the next one?
I mean,
that
what
we
are
get
you voting for?
We get 10 votes in that one. I don't know yet. Probably Thunderbolts, Dark Reign, because I know what it means to people. It's not. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that era of Thunderbolts, but I know people love it, so I'll be voting for that one.
But I don't want to hurt people's ears.
And then a couple things. Melanie's so right. Wait, okay, what's happening? Quit turning the chat against me. Melanie's correct.
Just admit. Wait, you did, right?
I said it was dumb. I was younger.
Good. Okay, good. There. Okay.
I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, guys.
What was your there? That's what we need. And you probably did say that, and I tuned it out because I was so mad. What was your first Masterworks you saw in the wild? Were they available back in the day or a rare sight?
It was a rare sight at comic book stores because a lot of comic book stores didn't carry them just because of how expensive they were. I think it was the one that, of course, caught my eye was Uncanny 1. And I bought Adjectiveless X-Men, not Adjectiveless, Classic X-Men Volume 2 because I thought I'm never going to be able to afford these stories. Then, of course, years later, I was able to afford them, but I got that. Didn't you say vote for what you want? What are you voting for Thunderbolts Dark Reign if you don't like it? Because I know people like it. I don't know. I vote for what I mean, I got 10 choices. I'll vote for something else.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And you know what, Ben? I put your name with the list of people excited me. With an ever-expanding list of artists and heroes, who's everyone most excited to meet at Heroes Con in just 2 months? And Daniel Warren Johnson. Honestly, I this is what I do with cons. I forget who's going to be there. But and then I'll look at the list again and be like, so-and-so is going to be there. Right? Like I know Daniel Warren Johnson's going to be there. Like,
by the way,
the others I'll forget. They get re-excited about.
A huge shout out to Heroes Con. Like they're trying to find us a place to sit and do our live stream from on Saturday. That is really sweet. If you've never been to Heroes Con, it's an amazing show.
Ooh, yeah, that would be fun.
The Allreds will be there.
And Josh is going to be there.
And Chris Claremont's going to be there. I'm hoping to meet him again for the 80th time and never let go of his hand. Cast to vote. A vote for Inhumans for Geo. No, Geo doesn't get my votes. Geo betrayed me this week. He showed me a video I did never. I said, you are dead to me, Geo. And I can't say what it is because I was like, why would you show me this? I was like, you and Jess are dead to me.
You asked earlier about the last singles that we got. It's been a minute since I've been in a comic book store and I realized
Transformers 1.
That for free comic book day. That's what I'm going to pick up, actually buy, not just the free comics. Like, I guess I'll just next weekend I'll pick up some more comics.
Transformers 1, the Daniel Warren Johnson.
One.
I bought 2 covers. I bought the Decepticon and the Autobot covers. Yeah, that was the last one that I got. For you,
yeah, I bought a handful. I don't remember. Last month or the month before. Several titles.
Omar, how often have you gotten an Omni where the page edges weren't cut separated? I hate when that happens. I just got a Seal Dr. Aphra Volume 1 where I had to separate the last 50 pages with a knife.
Wow.
In the all the Omnis I've ever gotten, my Ven Omnibus Volume 1 had the same issue where I had to actually cut for the last 50 pages. And if you go back and rewatch that video that came out years ago, I talk about it because I think I got it at IST. Let me see. I think I actually kept count of how many I had like that. Not a lot, honestly. DC had what was the DC issue? I can't remember. It was very similar to that. Oh no, it had the ear tags, like the extra paper that I had to cut. So I've had that. And some that's come from Marvel and Epic collections like that. So I would say maybe a handful, like 5 out of all the Omnis I've ever gotten have had those kind of issues. My 3 votes on the poll are Thor to Falco, good man, Iron Man by O'Neill, and Iron Man by Michelini too. That's awesome. The trim on my Inferno prologue was messed up. Did the gentleman ask about the warp pages again?
Oh, I thought that was the different person.
No.
Okay. Hey, Remy.
How are you, Jean Remy?
The Alreds are kind people who take time with fans to make the time in line feel special. They were the gold pot at the end of the rainbow line.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You know who else was? Paul Rubens. Oh my gosh, that was just so awesome. I'm gonna watch that documentary and cry.
I cried at the Christopher Reeve documentary. Got me good. The DC polls will start in May. I think we have a tentative date of. Give me 1 second and I'll tell you. We have a Fantastic Four Evergreen on May 22nd, which I cannot wait for. We got a couple of new people joining us for that. I think the tentative date is May 19th for the Most Wanted reprint Omnis and Absolutes. We're working on that, and then the Most Wanted Omnis that have never existed from DC sometime in early June. Woo!
This is sweet. Hey, Omar, saw you while I was standing in line at C2E2 while waiting for Ryan's segment and said, thank you for your content. You got to meet Ryan's segment. Cool. Wish I could have said a more proper hello. Hope you enjoyed your con.
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I didn't do that much filming, and it was nice. It was nice to relax and just talk to different creators and network. And honestly, like being recognized by creators and my wonderful viewers is always amazing. So even if you're a little shy, that's okay to come and say hi. I don't bite. Not anymore. Not since I can't play Mario Kart while driving.
Remy's doing good. Finally got some free time. Been grinding the new Fatal Fury.
Yo, that new Fatal Fury looks awesome, dude.
What do you remember from the first con you ever attended? I found Jim Lee X-Men comics for $1 each and thought I was getting away with robbery. Man, when it wasn't C2E2, it was Chicago?
Yeah, we used to go to WizardCon.
WizardCon, yeah. Those were my first, weren't they? In terms of comics. I wonder if the first ever con I went to was an anime.
We went to...
Was it the one in Baltimore?
OtakuCon in Baltimore.
Well, the WizardCon, man, that's such good memories. And and I handed out, when we had the About Heroes podcast, and I was handing out the little cards, and I'm like, I'm walking by, I'm not taking that. I'm going to put suckers with it so people will take it.
It's a good way to get people lace it with drugs. For me, you never forget your first con experience, right?
No, I do. I don't remember which one.
I was 13, 12 years old, and I went with my friend and his brother, and it was his brother's friend who had a license, and we went to Columbus, Ohio. And I will never, ever forget. Like, if you think about it now as an adult, I'm sure it's smaller than what I remember. But as a kid, as a 12-year-old, it was humongous. And I was like, oh, my God. John Burns over here. George Perez is over here. Bob Kane is over there. And I made a choice. I was like, I can either talk to George Perez or talk to Bob Kane. And I went with George Perez because it's George Perez. I was like, he was the first Latino name I remember seeing in a comic book and actually thinking, oh my God, someone like me can make comic books and do it for a living. That's amazing.
Foxhound Toad. Toad's his character.
Oh, Toad. No,
because he's short.
Or Roy. Shut up. And who else was? I just remember both of them being there and being blown away. Like, it was amazing. And I'm trying to remember. Oh my God, Yvonne Craig. Yvonne Craig was there. And the last time I saw her was in 2002. It was right before she passed away. And I always reminded her how beautiful she was. To that day, I was like, "You're still as beautiful as you were when you were Batgirl." I can't remember what other creator, but I remember John Byrne and George Perez because they were like some of my favorite artists. And then Bob Kane because I made the decision of skipping that. But yeah, I'll never forget that.
Wow.
Never forget that.
Kyle.
Well, no, he's kind of right. There's a reason why Steranko punched him.
We're the same height.
I'm taller than you.
We're the same height. You always say that, but I don't believe it.
You want to go? Anyway, they were flying.
So yeah, the person from earlier, the pages kind of curve one way or the other, like a small arch. Oh.
So you're talking about like curvy pages, like it's like humidity got to it, something like that. That happened at the iMac printer. I remember when they were putting out books at the very beginning. A lot of them were curvy pages, and I want to say like that one actually was printed at the iMac printer, the second printing of that. Yes, I want to do a Manga Evergreen stream. And I know that Peter will be the moderator for it. He volunteered to be the moderator. He still wants to be a part of it, even though he doesn't read manga.
Arjun, I've got so many. I can't pick just one from my childhood.
You're an old white guy
Chronicles
named
of Narnia and
fantasy
and A Wrinkle in Time series. But yes, old dead white dudes for sci-fi, like Arthur C. Clarke and Isaac Asimov. And right now I've been on a Kurt Vonnegut, which is more of like social commentary, but Harlan Ellison kick. And
honestly, that's a good kick to have, though.
And you know what? With Lord of the Rings, I love the movie so much. I still haven't finished the books yet.
You should have read The Hobbit.
It's so bored reading them. I just read a couple pages and I'm like, okay, I'm done. But sci-fi, I'd say, is probably my favorite genre to read.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah, I just read that last week. It's like a comfort read. I've read that book so many times. And listening to it, I'm like, I got it memorized. I want to go through the whole series again. I think the first book is my favorite. With the rest on the end of the universe, I think as it goes on, the less I like them. But still, overall, just so good. So
why are we criticizing Toad? He's a great driver.
Will Riley be a part of it?
Riley's been super busy this week, and the last time we were going to do an Evergreen, he had to cancel because of just things going on in his personal life. So he is always welcome. And I want to bring back Matt, my ex, but it's difficult, when one of us can't make it. So I'm thinking, maybe try to invite someone else like Tyler, because he's really good at mapping for Matt, my ex.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Look at all these suggestions. Toad watches NMC videos while he does. That's awesome. Yahoo! Man, I love him and Roy. Roy's my dude. Roy's my boy. From he's one of the Koopalings.
Mine's Princess, Toad, or what's her name?
Toadette.
No.
Oh, Daisy?
No. Luigi and Peach's daughter from the future.
Rosalina?
Oh, yeah, Rosalina. I like Rosalina.
Spoilers!
Really?
Any other Evergreens? Yes, we have a Superman Evergreen coming out in June. I want to invite Joshua Williamson to that because he loves watching our Evergreen streams. When I got to meet him at C2E2, he was telling me, he's like, man, I want to say so many things, but because I write Superman, it's so difficult. And it was a DC Evergreen that he watched, and he was like, I loved it. But I would love to have him on, and that's in June. And then we got Peter actually has that schedule.
I have the original Marvel Transformer run in singles, Titan trade paperback,
hardcover,
everything, and all the singles of the UK run, and soon the
all
or one. Oh, okay, Kickstarter hardcovers. It's my death and return of Superman,
but it's worth it, right? Look at nostalgia. It's worth it.
Oh, and actually, I've never read Dune or watched Dune.
Dune is excellent. The books were excellent. The graphic novels are actually pretty solid too. The ones that I think it's Abrams Books that publishing them.
Maybe I was really shy guy. What about Ludwig?
Ludwig von Koopa. He's okay. Roy, dude. Roy's he's cool. He's got sunglasses.
Oh, it just hit me. I got hungry.
Wow.
Any recommendations for some dumb fun books? 2025 has been a year already, so any ridiculous books that were still enjoyable would be appreciated.
Transformers is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Transformers.
It is dumb fun.
Yeah. It's like
practically every issue.
It's better than a Michael Bay movie. I'll give it that. It's got more heart than a Michael Bay movie. But then again, it doesn't have Megan Fox. So it's like you win some, you lose some. So I'm trying to think of dumb fun. I mean, when I think of dumb fun, honestly, I know this is wrong, but a lot of people really like it. Like New Avengers, I think is dumb fun. I can see why people really enjoy it, but for me, it's just dumb fun.
I picked up a couple My Little Pony books and it's dumb fun. Popeye,
the new Popeye by Massive is ridiculous.
It is dumb fun. I'm like, this
Mega Man, the new Mega Man comics are coming out. Absolutely. I'm trying to think of what other books I've read recently that I'm like, this is so stupid, but I'm having a blast reading.
What about Jurassic League?
Oh, yeah. Any of those or the DC Mech. DC Mech is freaking
Plastic Man.
Hilariously awesome. Next Wave, thank you. Next Wave is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess I was thinking of like new stuff.
I was too. Because I was like, what have I read recently?
It's just like whatever.
Like Fire. What's Fire? The Robert Kirkman book. I thought that was dumb fun. Invincible, in a way, to me, was always dumb fun.
I just didn't get into it. I don't know why.
I can see it.
Okay. Who's this person?
I don't know. An old white guy. Murder Falcon, yes. Or do a power bomb.
Oh yeah.
But again, has a lot of heart, right? Has a lot of heart. Dude, Immortal Ipsy, how is Sonic Justice League?
Oh, I would read that. If you don't like Dune, you just don't like sci-fi. So what I said. I don't know if I like it or not. I've
Jack
never
Barry.
watched anything.
Fist of the North Star is a good one, Josh. Although, also has a lot of drama. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl was smart fun. Don't sell it short. I'm not selling it short. It's a big book, too. Invincible's dumb. Don't it's fun, dude. When the guys are it's anime, right? It's so over the top when they're doing a beatdown and just ripping guts out, and there's beautiful blood splattered everywhere. That's my kind of fun.
Okay, so here's an answer.
That's it
for Ben's question about who to meet at Heroes Con.
Kyle's awesome. He's a good dude.
Peacemaker Tries Hard is so good, and I didn't make a video about it. I highly recommend it. It's so much fun. Yes, and it's got heart. So just like with Daniel Warren Johnson, that like it's ridiculous. Stupid fun and yeah. Let's see. Okay, how do you say you know Dune and not know the sisterhood of this person?
Oh, but she hasn't read it though. I don't.
No, I asked who is it, the person.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I really like the books.
But you said you really like the books, and apparently you should know.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago. I played Lunar 20 years ago, and I can't remember 3 of the characters. True.
Yes,
there's a reason why I'm able to remember comic book stuff. I leave everything else off the table, man. I can't remember anything else. Yes, those are available on YouTube, by the way.
I'm sorry. I thought Foxhound said that, but yes, it's on YouTube. Oh, you know Kyle Stark? That's awesome.
No, it is weird how many people I know Kyle Stark. Yeah, like Maddie and Kristen. He's big in the comic book industry. Like people really like him.
It's like a planet
with force abilities.
Oh, okay.
Roberto
Watch
Rodriguez.
the movies.
That's the first time I've ever heard somebody say, "Don't read the book, just watch the movies." Except when it comes to Lord of the Rings.
He got to.
Oh yeah, Lunar means a lot to me.
Like the Lunar song has been stuck in my head this whole stream.
Let me tell you something right now. You cannot. Final Shadow, and anybody that's old watching right now will remember this. Video games were on cartridges, right? And then we had like the CD of the Sega CD come out. When that came out, you can never ever duplicate the first time you heard a voice in a video game. Now I know like there are people that are watching right now like, what the heck is he talking about? This is in the 1990s. You will never forget the first time you hear Alex, oh Alex, and my mind just
Alex, oh Alex.
Like what? What's happening? This is a video game. Like that's a moment in time that can never be duplicated. So those games mean a lot to me. I have every incarnation of Lunar. and I will make time to play. I've played the Game Boy Advance one. I played the Sega Saturn ones with an English patch on them, and of course the Sega CD ones, and of course the many times playing the Working Designs translations, which they took a lot of liberties with.
Is this a wrestler? Lunar 2 Eternal Blues' best song was Leo's theme, White Mask Funk.
So freaking
Who
cool.
is that? Is that a wrestler?
I don't know who White Mask Funk. Leo's one of the characters, though.
How did the West Coast of it? Oh, we don't know.
I have no idea. I don't have the poll
James
up. But I think James had the poll handy. I'll put the whole list on Patreon if you want to see where.
Jack. Like... Keep going, Jack. Keep going. I don't know what you're saying at all. I'm assuming characters. I know he is the Cuisinarch's hat rack. Cuisinarch's hat rack. Something like that's all I know. Because when I was a kid, my mom watched it. Oh, brother.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh, I read the books, but I'm questioning the NFC community's intelligence to understand them. The movies
what? Dude, these people like Silver Age comics. They're going to be fine. So watch the movies, even the David Lynch ones.
Oh, thanks, James. It was number
56. Thank you for that.
And 74 for West Coast Avengers.
TurboGrafx 16, the CD, E's, by the way, not Y's. That I'm a stickler for how you actually pronounce that. Were my first encountering voice acting in a video game, and bought Lunar 1 on the Sega CD Christmas money in December 1993. Amazing experience. You can't duplicate that, right? Like, it's so weird to say that nowadays. Like, my kids, that's all they grew up with. They know voices are in video games. But back then, we didn't have that. By the way, good on you for having the freaking Turbo 16. I only had the original, like, just the main system.
Yay! Because I misheard it and I did it on purpose just to troll.
Uh-oh.
He is the Cuisinarch's hat rack.
Here we go with some thoughts. Here we go.
Highly overrated book. Every movie was an improvement. Whoa!
Every movie? Even the one that Lynch walked away from. Even that one. No! Man, you've got some thoughts.
Here's the Transformers Deluxe.
Oh, Bailey, how you doing, dude?
Look at that shiny, shine.
On my overview, they actually sent me the back cover. They did not have the spine design for the standard, so I'd show the front cover and the back cover because it's got a blue.
Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to show. Look, I'll show this. He's like, you're gonna get spoilers.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace. Yes, dude. Right. There's so many things that are embedded into your head as a kid that when you hear again, it's crazy. I had an Atari 2600 games, had no background music, but you still remember the sounds, right? You still remember the sounds, and like when Pac-Man dies, or what's the one with the Adventure, or Pole Position. God, yeah, Asteroids. I remember playing that with my dad, like trying to beat each other's scores. They know voices in video games. The Last of Us video game has better acting than the show is based on. Times have changed for video games. For sure. Pitfall had music.
Did you have Bonk 3, Bonk's Big Adventure?
I did.
Supposedly the Hue card version is better than the Turbo Duo version.
I did have that one. Mega Man Legends opening for me. I love talking about this. Yeah. So by the time Legends came out, I was in my almost 20s. Yeah. But still great. And I remember the first time Mario 64. Like opening it up and getting to play with like his face because you could stretch it and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, this is cool.
Michael started collecting the Silver Surfer epics and realized the first 18 issues in the series isn't collected. Any idea why they wouldn't include it?
It's volume 2 and it's also in Omni format, probably because of that.
Iron Maiden wrote a song about Dune entitled To Tame a Land. I highly recommend it.
Iron Maiden's awesome.
The intro to FF6.
Yes.
Or FF3 in the US. So good.
Oh, God. Terra's theme that plays when you're walking around in the mechs. Didn't get better than that, man. That's the best Final Fantasy. But again, that's my childhood, right? I think the best Final Fantasy is just like everybody's favorite comic. It's whatever you read or you played as a kid.
Is it nuts that one of Keanu Reeves' best roles is Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077?
No.
Maniac Mansion. It's a great game. Plus, female rocker Razor can put the hamster in the microwave and Nintendo didn't catch it. Whoa. I was driving and watching the Q&A at the same time.
My man! Lionheart. Melanie did not find that funny. Melanie did not find it. We do not approve.
You got any news about the Astro City Opus book? Oh, yeah.
Somebody asked earlier. Still coming. Welcome to Die. That was Magneto. It's a me, Omar. Welcome to Die. I love that. I love that people know that now, right? Because it's been, well, it's become
Lionheart going to con?
It's been a meme. What?
Lionheart, you going to Heroes Con?
Is my dude going to? I didn't know you. Lionheart, you going to be at Heroes Con?
Drive. Don't be answering.
He's not driving.
Hey, Graham.
Graham, how you doing, buddy?
And you and your family go, yeah. Well, me and Omar, not the girls.
I like that you said my name with the Spanish.
I don't know why I did.
Omar.
Sometimes, once in a blue moon, I'll say it correctly. Except I can't roll my R's.
5-minute warning. Thank you for
Lies. My favorite video game is Majora's Mask, which was the third game I played.
Omar the liar, shaking my head. What? I don't know what your favorite video game was.
Oh, you like to go to N64.
Oh yeah, dude. Music. I played I actually like a challenge, so I would always play the big-headed characters like Jaws or the dude with the top hat, the white guy. What was the guy's name? He had a top hat.
Any news on a Register and Avengers Omni?
No, but make sure to vote on Monday. Finish him. Which version did you have? Or are you talking about the arcade? Subhuman. Oddjob. No, Oddjob was the little guy. Oddjob was little. There was a guy with a white, he had a white big hat. I can't, God, who is that?
Well, everybody's saying Oddjob.
But Oddjob had the little, he was little. This guy was tall and had a big
I don't know.
I know you don't know your Bond villains. Oh, Tiger Eyes. You're here. See you on Monday. Baron Samedi. That's probably it. Yep.
Oh, okay.
The arcade. Finish him. Yeah.
Hey, Hondalorian. Been a minute, Carrie. Oh, you're going to Heroes Con. Oh, good.
And everybody's going to Heroes Con.
When your next Omni and Epic announcements?
It'll probably be sometime in late May, maybe in June. Colonel Sanders.
You're welcome, Jack.
How to speak it? What the? Where did that even come from?
Let's see. Who are your top 5 spider people? Mayday Parker's officially my number 1 spider person. Aw, Peter Parker's officially fallen out of the top 5.
He fell out of the top 5.
No, Peter Parker always be my
but he's
1.
the original. Okay. I gotta go with Miles. I really like that kid. And he brings a lot of joy to like kids and gets them interested in reading comics. And anything that does that to me gets a absolute thumbs up. Yeah, Miles. Miguel. Gotta go with Spider 2099. Gotta give it up to Miguel.
Huh?
He's Miguel O'Hara. No one likes Paul. No one likes Paul.
2, Kyle and who else? King of New York.
Spider Gwen. Honestly, she's grown on me quite a lot. I thought it was a stupid character. The number 1 answer, though, is really Spider Girl. I love Mayday Parker. She's my favorite. And then Spider Woman. Jessica Drew Spider Woman. Although I like Julia Carpenter too. But Jessica Drew Spider Woman. Even without the spider suit and no power, she was awesome. Spider Ham is the man. Hilarious. Mexico. Oh,
she's not a spider person,
she's not even she's definitely been spidered. Dang, with so many minties and jabronis going to Heroes. Who's a jabroni? Might not have time to meet any artists. You're gonna have competition. Everybody's gonna be there. Earl here. Have a nice week, Omar and Mel. You deserve one. Been gone a while. Do enjoy reminding Omar of that. Thank you, Earl.
Thank you. You're welcome. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. I can't talk.
Comic
where the protagonist has made a big mistake in their past. That's not Spider-Man. Doesn't have to be big too. Thank you. And for the super chat.
You mean by letting somebody accidentally live? Or I mean, there's a lot, right? Happens to Wolverine a lot. He's like, oh, I should have killed.
Well, Zdarsky's Daredevil.
Guts. So Berserk. If you look at his past, you're like, how did he get? Oh, he should have done this. Even Hellboy. But it's hard to talk about these things without going. I'm not going to go into spoilers or deep whys, but yeah, I think every character has gone through this. Hulk, Batman, Nightwing for sure. Yeah, it's a great question. It doesn't have to be the big 2. Invincible. It's when a character has mercy for someone, and it becomes their undoing. I like that.
Like in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, but, with Gollum?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but there was a good.
No, I'm talking about Aragorn being like, "Oh, let him go." worm tongue, whatever.
Okay, I mean, it happened.
I'm like, no.
Every bit of Game of Thrones was because of Mercy, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
And then you get mad.
Uh,
Jaws was tall but had no hat. Are you thinking about the dude from The Man with the Golden Gun? I can't remember. Yeah, that's who I was talking about, Jose. Also, good to see you, man.
Spider-Woman, long overdue for an Omni.
She is. We need some
Amazing
Jessica.
Spider-Man by Zeb Wells, Omnibus win.
Well, his run is over and Joe Kelly's taking over, so maybe sometime. Wally West.
Gambit.
It's a good one. I hate that retcon for Gambit, but I'll let it slide. Nobody remembers Rec Crap. Except for Zeb Wells. Somebody's thinking Harvey Picar's Ghost.
Job? Oh, wait, that's what people were saying earlier.
Omar picks women in his top 2 shot. What? I'm very progressive. Thank you very much.
It is 1 o'clock.
It is 1 o'clock.
How many more questions?
Let's take 5 more questions, baby, because I know you're hungry.
I want to ask you, since you have been doing the reprint poll for a while, does this feel like one of the best all-around top 20 picks?
No. Honestly, you never forget your first time. The first time I opened it up to people for voting was the best time because it was your all's votes. It's still your all's votes, right? But that first time, it wasn't me anymore suggesting things to Marvel, like, oh, you should reprint Daredevil by Bendis, Annihilation. It was what you all wanted. So to me, that was the first time that it was the best time.
You too, Graham. Second question.
Omar.
Ooh, my brother wants to know if you plan on seeing Star Wars Episode 3, Rise of the Sith, since its 25th anniversary release.
Your brother wants to know? Will you tell your brother? Maybe. I wasn't the biggest fan of those prequels, but maybe. Although they did have some kick-ass music at the end with the battle between Obi-Wan and you were supposed to be the chosen one.
Jack Berry, thank you for the super chat. Omar, which is your least favorite X title from Krakoa era? 244 people in the chat and only 144 likes.
What's up with that?
Smash that like button, fellow NMC homies.
Thank you, Jack. My least favorite X title from Krakoa was either Children of the Atom or X-Core or Fallen Angels. All 3 were bad. Oh, yeah. Those three for sure.
Let's see. So, King Newark, Omar saw Slenders.
Loved it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it at some point in my life.
Yes.
Probably not in the theaters.
Absolutely loved it.
Just didn't work out that way. But yeah, just keep hearing great things about it. Will Thor by Al Ewing be added to the poll as his run will end in July, apparently?
Oh, no. But no, isn't it going into another book? I thought it was going to relaunch. Revenge of the Sith was so great. Yeah, a lot of people really
sequels all day, every day. Oh. Oh, did you see both postings?
I did.
Ooh, yes. And do we have one more question?
Omar had said Iron Man. We were going to have words.
You will be on the Thor relaunch.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then again, like the Jed McKay Moon Knight came out with an Omni, so maybe we should. How many issues did it go up to? 25 something? If that is true, then darn.
Any update on Batman X Magneto?
It was supposed to take place, I know, in March, so I will remind my group again. Let's try to do something in, I think it's too early for May, maybe in June. Rogue One is the best. Revenge of the Sith was the best of the prequels, but still terrible.
Bruce, thank you for the super chat.
I actually didn't mind the first one that much. I know people hated it because of Jar Jar Binks, but Darth Maul was so cool. And that Duel of the Fate song and that ending scene, I like that.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great weekend.
We're out of here.
Do you recommend to ban seeing Centers in the
theaters?
Yes,
see it and support movies in theaters, especially good movies. We need people back in the theaters so Bruce can be proven wrong about his streaming numbers. You need people back in them seats.
Bruce, he told me about
that. Thank you all so much for joining us. This was always a blast.
And thank you.
And I will see you all on Monday if you're going to come here. And don't forget, we have an interview with Kelly Thompson on Tuesday where we'll give away copies of It's Jeff, which is freaking cute and adorable if you have kids in your family, or even if you have neighbors with kids, you can gift them and give the love of comics to kids. Introduce them to comics at an early age. That's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe. Remember, next week we will be at Sentinel Comics live with our Q&A.
Yeah, so
In Columbus, Georgia.
Hands Up Our Shoot. We're every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern time. Yep. So, bye. Ow.
Yeah, you did that.
Nisa said, "Hey, you hurt my hand. I blame you." Because I was waving at you.
4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday is when we're doing that interview.
Stay minty.